Welcome to video 8 of the introduction, the unreality of time, or time is deader than a doornail. Hello friend, thanks again for being here. In my last video, I talked about how what we are cannot be seen in what we appear to be because we look different to everyone doing the seeing, as does everything we see appear differently to us as it does to others. It's this instability of appearance that makes it a very unreliable way to judge anything. Things that seem to change cannot be real because it can't be pinned down to any one meaning. Therefore, they have no meaning at all. Only what God says we are can bring us peace because He gives one meaning to everyone and everything. And that meaning lies behind any appearance we seem to think is there to see. In other words, we need to trust God's meaning about everything, including us, over anything we think we think. God knows. We're only guessing, and we're wrong. Today, we humbly ask you to please open your mind until it hurts and believe you can be infinitely more than you ever thought possible or worthy of. God does not play favorites. He created you perfect and appointed you as Savior of the world. This must mean He also equipped you with the ability to accomplish this urgent task. How hard can it be when the only thing required is a change of mind? You can do that, don't you think? Concepts heal or damage depending on which they are. The ones we invented harm us because they were made without God. So let us withdraw our faith in them long enough to consider the following idea, which is wholly true and can only bless you and heal your mind. This moment's idea is: time is dead and long washed away. It is not here and now, so it is not real. It's deader than a doornail. It, in fact, never was. Time is an ancient idea, dispelled by timelessness, eternity. It is past. It has passed. It is gone. So it could have never been. What is not now never was, and what is now must have always been. I am not just spinning words around to make you feel dizzy. This is how we must learn to think if we are to realize that a way we thought things were can only lead to utter confusion about everything. But the thoughts of God are our real thoughts, still in our minds, so listen up. This cosmic information is beyond the reaches of time and space, yet fully understandable, unlike the world we made up, and that only brings us pain and suffering. Time keeps running away from us. Let it go. What comes behind time? The same non-thing that precedes it. Timelessness, safety, and reality. This is where we are. We cannot be in what is passing. We must be in what is here and now, as is truth, as is reality. Is the body here and now? No, it is passing away, just like time. Whatever begins and ends, seems to be born and dies, cannot be real. God is eternal. He is the Alpha and the Omega. That means that He stands at the beginning and the end of time. We are there with Him right now. This is reality. And this is what forgiveness is rooted in and how the real world rises before our purified sight to bring us peace. We choose to not dwell upon or recall this unreal interval known as the past, nor spend a moment trying to make it real by attempting to make sense of what is dead and gone and thus never was. No need to fake it till we make it, because we already are. And that is a key understanding we must accept. God already fully created us before time seemed to be. We don't become because we already are. We must realize that it is our belief that we are not that must be overcome by overlooking it or forgiving it, so we can begin to realize what is true. which is what God has said all along. Believe him, please. To not judge is to forgive and to keep a completely open mind, washed of all past ideas and clean of every concept we make. We cannot make accurate concept of that which is beyond judgment and part of what is indefinable. Let us look upon the forgiven world today. It is there to be seen. By overlooking what you dreamed you thought it was, it can be seen as if you never saw it before, from an awakened state of mind. We do not know what it looks like in the now, because nothing in dreams exists in the now moment. We merely ask that the Holy Spirit tells us what it is and patiently wait to have it shown to us. What he tells us it is, we will not be able to condemn, because it lives in the incorruptible now, the only aspect of time where anything real can happen. Only the idea of what is real can bring us the peace that passeth understanding. Only what is now is real and cannot be defined nor understood, but it can be felt, and oh boy, does it feel heavenly, because it is. The Holy Spirit will tell us that everything is a part of us and that it is beautiful. Do not forget that your will, combined with the interpretations of the Holy Spirit, has power over all fantasies and dreams. Trust it to see you through and carry you beyond them all. One or more insidious side effects of the belief in time is what seems to be shades, gradients, grades, and levels. None of them are true. Things either are or they are not. You're either whole or you don't exist at all. You're either alive or dead. Which is it? You cannot become because you already are. Only if time were real could you not yet be what you must already be. God knows nothing of time, not even a little bit, so it cannot exist. The only real part of us is our mind, and though it may be capable of delusion, it can never lose its true nature, because God is its source. He still abides and sustains it. Why is this a good thing? Because it means you cannot be damned nor damaged now or ever. It means that you must be saved now or never. Which is it? Who do you believe, God or the tiny, insignificant, illusory self who you dreamed up in a nightmare that is afraid of everything? Our minds are like a puppy in that we must keep a leash on it or it will run wild, out of control, and into traffic. We are always the decider of what we believe. God does not mess with our belief system because he knows nothing about nothing. God knows the knowledge he is. Beliefs change where true knowledge is a constant and must be forever true because it can never change. This is why only we can change our minds. Only we are able to change our minds because only we believe we can change our minds. And by believing in the impossible, because it takes time for something to change, the impossible must be rendered unreal by the one who had mistakenly believed it could be real, which is us. God is just there, here, as he ever has been and forever will be, not waiting on time for us to realize that we are not affected by unreal things that would separate the inseparable. That which is not possible can never occur. In heaven, nothing can occur because it already is. When God creates something, it forever remains as he created it. If he did not already create it, it can be nothing and nowhere, never. Since we are what he created, and the only thing he created, we cannot be exempt from this basic law of God. This is why we are safe. God is the front and the back, connected with nothing in between. So we, being his extension, must also be the front and the back. Let us not try to fill the black hole of nothingness in an empty space that cannot exist between our only reality with impossibilities. It is an exhausting and delusioning futility. All the hell we ever believed in is just fluff. It's like mist. The moment the sun shines on its unreality, it just evaporates. Our reality cannot be that which is not real. Only God's plan for salvation can, will, does, and did work already and always, because he knows not of time, which is why you are already saved from the unreality of time and process. What God wills is done, and it is not his will that it change and be undone. Pensive thought to ponder. Why worry about the future if the future never comes? Why regret yesterday if yesterday is gone and never was what we thought it was, and had no real effects upon the now moment? What is past is gone, and what is the future never comes, and is only in our imagination. What we think is the future is only a dreaded idea projected forward to a place that doesn't exist. Let's just relax and realize that if we are safe now, we'll always be safe. If we are healthy now, we can always be healthy. If you are blessed now, you will always be blessed. See you in my next video.